Hello, hello. Okay, mic check. Mic. Okay na ba siya? Okay. So, hello everyone. So, this is a video recorded lesson. So, ang ato ang video lesson for today will be all about the finding the geometric ratios of special right triangles, or finding the trigonometric ratios of special right triangles. So, in this lesson, you will use the concepts of the previous lesson on the 6 trigonometric ratios. So, review sa sa 6 trigonometric ratios. Ang unom ka trigonometric ratios are sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, secant, and cotangent. Okay? So, ang opposite sa cosine, secant. Ang opposite sa sine, cosecant, o ang opposite sa tangent kay cotangent. Okay? So, paano na siya? Review ta ginagmay. Okay? So, there are two triangles that will be used in this lesson. The isosceles right triangle, whose angles measures 45 degrees, 45 degrees, 90 degrees. Or, ang pagbasa ni is 45, 45, 90. Then, kanang 45, 45, 90, in other words, kana siya, mo nang gitawag na to nga isosceles right triangle. What makes it isosceles isosceles right triangle siya? Isosceles right triangle siya because ang duha ka angles, okay, ang duha ka acute angles are both 45 degrees. Okay? Mo na nga isosceles right triangle. And another triangle excuse me, and a triangle whose angles measure 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees, or 30, 60, 90. So, mo po na siya ang usasad nga klase sa triangle, aside from 45, 45, 90. Ang 30, 60, 90. Key concepts. Akong i-zoom ha. The following sides of a special right triangles are related as follows. So, the first one is the 45, 45, 90 triangle, or what we call the isosceles right triangle. So, as you can see, ang kanang triangle that is an isosceles right triangle. Kana siya nga triangle makes it isosceles because because the two acute angles are both 45 degrees. So parehas sila, no? So parehas sila. Dali lang masuwat guys siya. So kani siya, this one and this one are both 45 degrees. Okay? Mo na siya. Let's say this is angle A and this is angle B. Both angle A and angle B are 45 degrees. So mo na siya nga gitawag na to siya nga isosceles right triangle, or the 45, 45, 90 triangle. Then remember, A is congruent to B. Small letter A is congruent to small letter B. So, kaning side A, congruent siya sa side C. Okay? Not C, sorry. Ang side A, congruent siya sa side B. Sorry. Muna siya. So, whatever the measurement of the side A is equals the measurement of side B. Or, kung pilay sukod sa A, mao po ng sukod sa B. Then, another one, C is equal to A, the square root of 2, or B, the square root of 2. So, ang sukod sa C, or ang measurement sa C, is equals the measurement of A times the square root of 2. Or, ang sukod sa B, times the square root of 2. Ganong A is the square root of 2 or B is square root of 2? Because A is congruent to B. So, parehas ang A o B. So, if parehas ang A o B, therefore, ang C, ang sukod sa C, or ang measurement sa C, is equals A the square root of 2 or b the square root of 2. Okay? Next, use the given figure to find measures of unknown sides. So, mga examples ni sa problems nga relate sa 45, 45, 90. Then, we're going to use this rule, this one, to solve for the missing parts of the triangle. Sige, let's start with number 1. Find C and B if A equals 3. So, find C and B if A equals 3. So, mag-drawing ko og triangle. Sige. Let's draw a triangle. Sige, this is the triangle. So, pasensyahin na akong drawing. Basta, assume lang nato siya nga kani siya is an isosceles right triangle. Triangle ni siya. So, this is A. This is B and C. Let's say A is 3. So, ang A equals 3. Then, you're going to find the C and B. Okay? So, if A equals 3, then the B is equals 3. 3 also. Okay? Because, balik ta sa rule sa 45, 45, 90, kung usay sukod sa A, mo po ang sukod sa B. If A equals 3, B is also 3. Okay? Solve for the value of C. So, ang C, so by the way, the C, balik ta, review, kanang C, muna siya ang hypotenuse. Okay? Ang hypotenuse muna ang longest side sa right triangle. Okay? So, dili na mahimo nga ang sides mas taas og length kaysa sa hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is the longest side sa triangle. Sige. Solve for the value of C. So, C equals A the square root of 2. So, muna siya ang formula. C equals A the square root of 2. So, ang length or ang measurement sa C is equals the measurement of A times the square root of 2 or the measurement of B times the square root of 2. So, since A is equals 3, therefore, C equals 3 the square root of 2. So, muna yung ang answer. C equals 3 the square root of 2. So, muna C equals 3 the square root of 2. Substitute the value of A. Okay? So, pwede po B the square root of 2. So, since A and B are the same, so therefore, 3 the square root of 2. So, muna siya. Let's go now to number 2. If C equals 4 the square root of 2, find the value of A and B. So, kung gyapon ta, 45, 45, 90 gyapon. Sige, mag-draw gyapon ko og isosceles right triangle. So, again, pasensyahin na akong drawing. So, let's assume that this is an isosceles right triangle. Lang, ako lang tarongon sa kay murag bati siya tanawon. Okay. C. So, C is the hypotenuse. So, ang C is 4 the square root of 2. Monang C. Okay? So, find the value of A and B. So, A and B. So, whatever the value, whatever the measurement of A is just the same as B. Or whatever the value, the measurement of B, mo put sa A. Okay? So, here's the solution. Since C is equal to A the square root of 2 or B the square root of 2, then A and B are both 4. A equals 4, B equals 4. So, dali ra kayo, no? Kuara nimo ang square root of 2. So, dali ra kayo siya, guys, no? So, the answer is 4. A equals 4, B equals 4. Kung gusto nimo og formula, gusto nimo og solution, pwede na pod, no? Since C, okay, balik ta diri, no? Since C is equals A the square root of 2, so let's use A the square root of 2. Di lang ko magamit og B. Parehas naman gapon. Okay? So if you're going to find the solution, or you're going to find the value of A, so all you have to do is you're going to divide both sides by what? So i-divide din mo siya by square root of 2. Square root of 2. So therefore, A is equals C over square root of 2. So if you're going to find the value of A, so A equals, so pila man ang C? So 4, the square root of 2, all over the square root of 2. So of course, cancel out ang square root of 2 sa numerator o denominator. So you have the value of A, which is 4. And at the same time, the value of B, which is also 4. Okay? I hope nakasabot mo. Sige, let's have number 3. Solve for A if C equals 8. So, A na po ang gipangita. So, ang gipangita is ang leg. Okay? So, draw gyapon ta para maka sunod mo. Okay. So, again, let's assume that this is an isosceles right triangle. Mayroon kag isosceles right triangle kung ang angles nila, this one and this one, are both 45 degrees. So, pata to 45. Pati mo mag-confuse or di mo makalimot. So, 45 degrees na siya, diri pod 45 degrees pod. Sige. C equals 8. So, 8. Solve for A. Sige. Di kani siya B. Okay? So, B na siya. Solution. If C equals 8, then use C equals A the square root of 2 to solve for A. So, magamit yun ta og formula. Okay? So, C equals A the square root of 2. So, what is the what is the value of 1? C. So, ang value sa C is 8. Diba? Ang value sa C is 8. So, therefore, C equals 8 the square root of 2. Okay? So, C equals 8 the square root of 2. Anong C equals 8 the square root lang ha? I think there's something wrong with this solution. Sige. Let's disregard this solution. Okay? I think sayop ni dire. Dapat ang C is equals 8. Dili 8 the square root of 2. Sige. Magkuhan ko ha. I will use the paint nga app. Lang. Dilita dire kay medyo naisayop dire dapita nga solution. Okay, let's have this one. Okay. Sige. By the way guys, di na nako ni siya i-edit ha. I-as is lang nako ning record kay daghan kay trabahoon. Dili ko ka igayon og edit karong adlaw. Sige, mag-drawing taog isosceles right triangle. So again, let's assume that this is a right triangle. Okay. And also C equals 8. So ang C, lang. I will move this camera. Use the brush. Then ari lang ako ipunta akong camera. Okay. So C equals 8. Then find A and B. So, 'di ba? Ang solution or ang formula sa pagpangita sa C is A the square root of 2. So, dinala ko mo gamit og B, kay parehas naman ng A ug B. It's either A or B. Pero kung comfortable ka mo gamit og B, o ganahan ka mo gamit og B, no problem. Pero ako, mas prefer na kung mo gamit og A. Okay? So, parehas naman gyapon solution. C equals 8. Then, we have the formula C equals A the square root of 2. Okay? So, substitute the value of c, which is 8. So, 8 equals a, the square root of 2. Then, to find the a, we're going to divide both sides, the left and the right side, by square root of 2. Square root of 2. So, sa kaninga punto sa kaninga solution, do not use the calculator. Okay? So, cancel out na siya. So, may mo na siyang 8 the square root of 8 over the square root of 2 equals a. So, ato siyang interchange. So, a equals 8 over the square root of 2. Then, what's next? So, kani siya, this is not the final answer. Why? Because the denominator, ang value sa denominator has a radical sign, or square root of 2 ang denominator. So, sa rule sa math, ang imong answer, mas, kumbaga, kung ang imong fraction na ay radical sign, such as like this one, kaning square root of 2, so, dili na siya pwede. We must get rid out of the radical side. So, how do we get rid out of the radical side? So, we're going to use the rationalization method. Okay? So, isuwat na ko RATIONAL then ZATION. That is rationalization. So muna ang technique or ang method nga atong gamiton to get rid out of the radical sign, or kuhaon na to ng square root of 2. So how to get rid out of this one? By using the rationalization. So we're going to multiply by square root of 2 over the square root of 2. Kung unsay mong denominator, mo na imong i-multiply. Basta square root. Okay? Kung square root siya, like for example, square root of 2, square root of 3, square root of 4. So, i-multiply sa din mo, square root of 2, square root of 3, square root of 4. So, in this case, ang denominator is square root of 2. Of course, ang atong i-multiply, both the numerator and the denominator are square root of 2. Okay? So, numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. So, 8 times the square root of 2, that is 8 the square root of 2. So, itapat na siya, guys. All over square root of 2 times square root of 2. So, square root of 4. So, square root of 4 is 2. So, it becomes 8 the square root of 2 over 2. So, we're going to simplify that one. So, ma-divide ba na ang 8 of 2? So, 8 divided by 2. So, therefore, let's use, ano lang ako ning isibog. No. Ano na lang, guys. Ano na lang to ni guys. Line na lang ako color. So, therefore, A, So, therefore, A, okay, so therefore, A equals, so what is 8 divided by 2? So, 8 divided by 2, that is equals 4. So, that is 4 the square root of 2. So, this is your final answer. 4 the square root of 2. Okay? So, therefore, A equals 4 the square root of 2. B is also 4 the square root of 2. Okay? So, I hope nakasabot mo ani. So, sa'yo na kayo siya, no? So, again, if your denominator has a radical sign such as like this one, square root of 2, all you have to do is you're going to use the rationalization method or the rationalization technique. So, ang purpose ng rationalization technique is to eliminate the radical signs in the denominator. Okay, di man pwede nga ang final answer nimo na ay radical sign. So all you have to do is to eliminate that one. So whatever the value of the denominator, mao na imong i-multiply both the numerator and the denominator. So for example, kaning square root of 2. So ang square root of 2 nga nasa nga denominator, ang by using the rationalization method, mao po na imong gamiton. Square root of 2 over the square root of 2. If in case, like for example, 8 over the square root of walitan ha, if kuha na ni siya sa out of the topic na ta, no? Out of the topic na ta. Square root of 3. I think naani siya sa 30, 60, 90. So, kuha na lang. Ako na lang ni insert of todo ninyo. If ever maka-encounter mo 8 over the square root of 3. So, bawal man nga na ay radical sign. So, all you have to do is to use the rationalization technique. I-rationalize nimo. So, square root of 3 ka. Square root of 3 over the square root of 3. So, that will give you the answer of 8, the square root of 3, all over. So, 3 times 3 is 9. Square root of 9 is 3. So, 8 the square root of 3 over 3. So, muna na siya ang answer. Okay? Sige. Okay, don't save. Sige, we are done with number 3. Diba? Parehas. Answer, diba? Sa solution. Kanila lalay siya kamay yung sipiat mo na nga. Naghimo taog line solution. Sige, let's have number 4. If C is equals to the square root of 5, solve for the value of A. So, kung ang C is 2 the square root of 5, solve for the value of A. So, pareha gyapon ang process sa number 3. Sige, atong i-solve. Sige, magamit ani gyapon atong gamiton. If C equals to the square root of 5, so what is A and what is B? Alam. Hindi pa klaro. Okay. B equals sakto. Sige. Magamit gyapon ta atong formula nga C equals A the square root of 2. Okay? Gamitan ni. Then, substitute the value of C. So, ang value sa C is 2 the square root of 5. Sige, lain na itong color. So, this is 2 the square root of 5 equals A the square root of 2. Then, since we're looking for A, divide both sides by the square root of 2. So, i-divide na to, diri pod, square root of 2 pod. So, 2 the square root of 5 over the square root of 2 equals, kana siya, cancelled out na siya, A. Then, interchange na to. So, this is A equals 2 the square root of 5 all over the square root of 2. So, pareha sa number 3 na atay denominator nga square root of 2. So, we're going to use the rationalization technique. Let us rationalize this one. So, we're going to multiply both the numerator and denominator by the square root of 2. Kung unsa ang atong denominator mo, na imong gamiton. Then, equals 2 the square root of 5 times square root of 2. So, kana siya 2 the square root of 5 times 2, 10. So, 2 the square root of 10 all over square root of 2 times square root of 2. Again, square root of 4. Extract, what is the square root of 4? 2. Then, canceled out since numerator and denominator has the same value or has the same number, which is 2. Therefore, the value of a is equals the square root of 10. Mo ni mga answer. A equals the square root of 10. Also, b is equals the square root of 10. Mo na siya. Okay? Mo na siyang final answer. Sige. Pwede ba? More ga. 10 equals A. Okay, let's go now to the 30, 60, 90 triangle. Okay, i-describe na to balik ang 30, 60, 90 triangle. Ang duha ka acute angle are 30 degrees and 60 degrees. Okay? Then, saba ang iro. Sige. Balik ta sa 30, 60, 90 triangle. So, let A and B are the legs. A is the shorter leg, B is the longer leg, C is the hypotenuse. So, it is different from the 45, 45, 90 triangle. A, shorter leg, or mubo. B, the longer or taas. C is the hypotenuse. But still, C, why makalupig ni C? C is the longest side of a right triangle. And remember this. I-zoom na to ha. A is the side opposite, or A is the side opposite smallest angle 30 degrees. So, smaller side, the smallest side, or the shorter side, smallest angle, ang atbang niya. B is the side opposite the larger angle 60 degrees. So, ang longer leg, atbang niya ang larger angle. C is the side opposite the largest angle 90 degrees. As usual, C. So, mo niya ang mga formula. Pinaka-importante nga inyong mabawaan o pinaka-importante nga inyong ma-familiarize o ma-memorize. Kani siya. Ay, sorry. Ando na to. Kani siya. Kaning tulo. If you're going to find for the lengths of the sides of this 30, 60, 90 triangle, so mo ni siya. A equals C over 2, or the shorter leg is 1/2 the hypotenuse. B is equals A the square root of 3, or the longer leg is the length of a multiplied by the square root, or by the square root of 3, or B equals A the square root of 3, or ang B equal siya sa length sa A times the square root of 3. Then C equals 2A, or the hypotenuse is twice the length of the shorter leg. So, mura na itong timan-an, guys. A equals C over 2, B equals A the square root of 3, C equals 2A. So, muna ang formula. So, that's it. Let's go now to the examples. Use the given figure to find the measures of unknown sides. A and B, 60, 30 degree. Muna ito ang reference triangle. So, for number 1, if A equals 5, then B equals A the square root of 3, and C equals 2A. Find the value of B and C. So, kung ang A daw is 5, B is A the square root of 3, and C equals 2A. Find the value of B and C. So, arita sa walang ta sa paint. Kung ang A equals 5, then ang B equals a the square root of 3, then ang c is 2a. Okay, so we're going to find the value of b, the exact value of b, and the exact value of c, or the exact measurements of b and c. So remember, these given facts are related to 30, 60, 90 triangle. So mag-drawing ta og 30, 60, 90 triangle. So praise sa katong gihatag nga figure sa kaniya kuan. Ano siya? Akong ikuan. Okay. Iwi ra jud siya. So this is A, the shorter angle, the shorter leg, the longer leg is B, and the hypotenuse, which is C. Okay? So ang A equals 5, B is A the square root of 3, C equals 2A. So find B and C. So B equals, substitute the value of A, which is 5. So therefore 5 the square root of 3. So sayon ra. Just as simple as that. Then C, so 2 times A, which is 5. So substitute. Then therefore C equals 10. Ano yung answer? C equals 10. B is 5 the square root of 3. C equals 10. Okay? Next. If B equals 9, solve for A and C. So kung ang B equals 9, solve for A and C. Sige. Ato ning i-delete. Kung ang B equals 9, then what is A and what is B? C di I. Sige, balik gyapon ta sa formula, no? So let's go back to the formula sa 30, 60, 90 triangle. Ano siya? So A equals C over 2, B equals A the square root of 3. Dala nga, murag na itaw. Break sa ta. Okay. Sige, sorry. Sige. Let's continue. So mo ni atong formula nga atong gamiton. A equals C over 2, B equals A the square root of 3, C equals 2A. Sige. So atong isuwat ang mga formula ha. A equals C over 2, B equals A the square root of 3, then C equals 2A. Sakto. Okay. Ang A is equals C over 2 or C divided by 2. So, ang measurement sa C divided sa 2 mo ng sukod sa A. Ang B, ang sukod sa B is equals the measurement of A times the square root of 3. And lastly, ang C, ang sukod sa C, that is equals twice the measurement of A or 2 times the measurement of A. So, we're going to find the A and C. So, how are we going to solve for this? So, ang pangitaon na to una is the A. Okay? We cannot use A equals C over 2. Okay, mangita man tag C. B raman ang gihatag. So, kani atong gamiton. B equals A the square root of 3 to find the A. Sige. B equals A the square root of 3. Then substitute na tong value sa A which sa value sa B which is 9. B is equals 9. 9 equals A the square root of 3. Since we're looking for the measurement of side A, or we're looking for the value of A, so we're going to divide both sides by square root of 3. Square root of 3 ni dire. Then 9, dala nga ako ni balin ni siya, ibalin ko ni. Then 9 all over the square root of 3 equals A. Then A equals 9 over square root of 3. So ako rang interchange. So ang ato ang denominator square root of 3. So we're going to use the rationalization technique. We're going to multiply it by square root of 3, then over square root of 3. So both numerator and denominator atong i-multiply by square root of 3. Lang, iando na to. Okay. Then equals 9 times square root of 3, so that is 9. The square root of 3 over, so 3 times 3, 9. Square root of 9 is 3. So, magyapon. Then, simplify, divide. 9 divided by 3. So, therefore, A is equals 3, the square root of 3. So, mo ni mo ang solution. Mo ni mong answer, I mean. So, A equals 3, the square root of 3. So, how about C? So, C is equals to A. So, kanya itong gamiton. C equals 2A. Then, C equals 2 times the value of A, which is 3 the square root of 3. So, 3 the square root of 3. So, kanira i-multiply. 2 times 3, 6. So, therefore, C equals 6 the square root of 3. So, this is your answer. A equals 3 the square root of 3. C equals 6 the square root of 3. So, that is your answer. Okay. So, napatay lang pang i-present ng example. Sige, let's see. Okay. Aray na ta sa kani, number 3. Let's go now to number 3. This one. If C equals 2 the square root of 5, solve for A and B. So, if C is 2 the square root of 5, solve for A and B. So, ang C is 2 the square root of 5. Sige. Atong i-delete ni. delete na to. Sana yan. Okay. Katong ganiya nga na-post ko ganiya no, kanya itaw. So skip na lang to yung part ha. So again, di ko mag-edit kay medyo busy ko nung adawa. Sige, let's have may C equals to the square root of 5. If C kailangan ito ibutang dali. If C equals to the square root of 5, what is A and what is B? Okay, so balik ya punta sa formula. A is equal C over 2, B is A times the square root of 3, then C equals 2A or 2 times A. Sige, let's look for A and B, or let's find out the A and B. Sige, so ang A ang una-una to pangita, so dali na siya pangitaon kani atong gamiton nga formula. Okay, so A equals C over 2. Substitute the value of C, which is 2 to the square root of 5. So A equals 2 to the square root of 5 all over 2, cancelled out. So therefore A is equals square root of 5. So muna ang answer. Next, B. So B na ta. So B equals A the square root of 3. So kani nga formula atong gamiton. So B equals, substitute the value of A. Ang value sa A is square root of 5. So square root of 5 times square root of 3. So magamit ta og parenthesis to emphasize that these two are being multiplied, or pwede na po itong period itong ana. Okay, sige, so therefore B is equals square root of 5 times square root of 3, that is square root of 15. So this is your final answer, square root of 15. So A is square root of 5, B is square root of 15. So this will be all for today. So the part of this, so maybe tomorrow mag-record ko about the continuation of this one. Okay, so before ta mag-end, so nakalimot ko og storya ni about the 45, 45, 90 and 30, 60, 90 triangle. So actually kana gani mangita ta og kaning sa tawag ani kaning 45, 45, 90 o kaning 30, 60, 90 is are related to the formula, which is the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so we can use the Pythagorean theorem to find the legs and the hypotenuse of the 45, 45, 90 and the 30, 60, 90. But with the help of the trigonometric ratios, muna nga nagamit ta og shortcut method. Okay, or with the help of the geometric ratios, muna nagamit na ta og mga shortcut methods. Instead of using the Pythagorean theorem sa 30, 60, 90 o 45, 45, 90, so nagamit na ta og shortcut method. Muna siya. Okay, so the part 2 will be mag-record ko tomorrow. So that will be that's all for today. So goodbye and have a good day.